How's everyone doing today? I'm gonna be talking about the new Predator Killer of Killers film. I actually watched this film last night here in my room with my friend yesterday, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I really liked the animation for it. The animation style kind of reminded me of like Spider-Man Miles Morales, that movie Into the Spider-Verse, and where they just blue balled us in the next episode type shit. You know, they left us on a cliffhanger, and the next movie is just gonna be released like when I'm in my deathbed. And I really liked the fight choreography. I really thought the fight choreography was really good. I thought that I'm also gonna be talking about the three different eras that happened in this movie. So, for those of you who don't know anything about the movie or whatever, basically, this movie took place in three different eras. So one of them was like Vikings. The other one was feudal Japan, and the other one was like a pilot during World War Two. It was like a pilot, but I think it was like in the 1930s, something like that. I can't remember, but those were like the three eras, and I'm going to be talking about each of them individually. The first one I want to talk about is the Viking era. I thought that the fight choreography and shit was really good in that, but I don't know, the fucking whole thing with I done this cliche in this movie where basically, oh yeah, the bad guy is able to slaughter up everyone. He's able to kill all the boys. You know, fucking bashes that guy, stomps on Lenny's head there. He pulls John's spine out of his asshole. And then when it comes to the main character, the protagonist, she gets battered around like a fucking abused child. And then she somehow still wins. Like, some of the shit in this fight kind of just made me, yo, she is protected by plot armor. The fucking Valkyrie in the Viking era, she was sprinkled with plot armor. It's like Salt Bay just done this to her with plot armor, because I swear, she got bashed by the Predator multiple times, and somehow her shield did not deflect the Predator's weapon. So the Predator, basically his weapon was like this fucking sonic weapon thing on his left arm or right arm. It was on one of his arms, and basically what he'd be able to do is like he'd be able to charge it up and like shoot these waves that would basically destroy stuff in their path. So he's like using that on everyone. He's able to break everyone else's ribs, and she's able to stomp on everyone, beat the shit out of everyone. But then when it came to her, she just kept on deflecting it with her shields. And I'm also wondering, how the fuck did her shields survive that long? She has those two shields are broken. That's what she uses as her weapon, as some of her weapons, by the way. Two shields she uses as melee weapons. There's a scene in the first in that era where I think the Predator destroys a building, and all the rubble and shit causes her to like nearly fall off the mountain, nearly fall off the cliff. But then she somehow manages to wedge the shield into the side of the cliff, just hanging on for dear life. I'm like, how the shit is that shield alive? And then there's also a part in Viking era where they end up in like freezing cold waters, you know, the type of waters that be in Antarctica, and they're fighting in the water. I'm just wondering, how is this even happening right now? Because wouldn't she be frozen up? Wouldn't she be a little frozen McChicken nugget or something? I also don't like how she just won by the Predator, in my opinion, by just luck. I don't know. I thought the positioning of the anchor and shit, and how her shield still somehow never got destroyed by the big dumbass Predator was beyond me. He kind of just got impaled on his mouth, and yeah, that's how he killed her. Also, the Predator in that era, I thought he was pretty sick. He's probably the biggest Predator I've seen. He definitely ate his fucking veggies when he was younger. You know, he went to the gym 10 days a week. He took that shit seriously, bro. He's a big ass guy, but he has like Patrick Star levels of IQ. Like his solution to all of his problems that he came across is just, oh yeah, just fire boot Sonic Waves. Yeah, that'll solve everything. You know, there was a part where the Valkyrie was hiding behind, I think they were like upturned ships or some shit. I don't know. There's like wooden structures on the ice, and the Valkyrie was hiding from the big Predator, and the big Predator was like wondering, where did she go? Ooga booga, I'm using my brain. And so then he like, decided to just randomly fire each of the structures, thinking he'll get her, because the thing just turns those structures into like fucking paper, which makes me wonder, how the fuck was he able to obliterate an entire building and boat with the sonic weapon, but with the shield it's like indestructible. It's like made from adamantium or something. That was pretty weird. I really do think plot armor had a lot in like saving her. I just thought it was a bit weird how she's able to kill all the Predator is able to kill all the other Vikings and Valkyries, but then when it came to her, it's like, oh no, she's actually grand. The next one I want to talk about is probably my favorite part in this movie. My favorite era in this movie is feudal Japan. Basically, in this one, the storyline is that two brothers are fighting each other, and they have this feud because one of them got cut in the cheek, and then the other guy wants to cut him on the cheek. And it's pretty sick as well, because how it basically, like, I really like the Predator in this one. I thought the Predator in this one was badass. the way he was killing all the other ninjas and shit. He was like his weapon and all is pretty cool as well. Basically, he has like this chain that acts like a grappling hook, but it goes through people and all, and it's able to go through wood and shit, and he's able to like pull it back. Then it's like a retractable grappling hook, and it's like it fucking serves as a weapon, but also grappling at the same time. And he also has this spear that is like also multi-purpose kind of. He like threw at someone and they're pinned up against the wall, and instead of just like pulling it out, he just kind of like two blades just sprung out and like cut the guy in half. He just took it with him. I'm like, that is sick as fuck. Like those weapons that they're using, I thought were pretty cool. But then the same thing again happens. Like, oh, he kills all the fucking ninjas and shit. But then when it gets to the two brothers, he loses. But I thought his fight was probably the least kind of thing around, like the least plot dependent, because there's this part in the feudal Japan where the two brothers are fighting, and it gets to a point where the brother has him up against like this balcony, and he cuts him on the cheek. He finally gets his revenge, and he's like, all right, we're even now, and he walks away. But then his brother kind of just falls off, and he falls to the depths below, and you think he's dead, you think he perished, but turns out later on, no. Well, I'll get to that. Your brother's looking at the painting. The predator just kind of rushes through. He jumps in, and they have a fight for a bit. And I'm pretty sure the predator makes the brother fall off the balcony. And the other brother that fell off before, he was alive. He just found there's like a body of water below the building that they were standing on. He just survived that man in the water, and they're going to fight again. But then the other brother's like, shh. And the predator comes to fight them again, but this time they get the upper hand because there's a part where they're about to both rush at each other, and the predator's just standing there, invisible, cloaked by the tree. He's just standing there, and they rush at each other. As they're running, they just slice the predator in a couple of pieces. Like they seen a leaf land on his kneecap or something, and they're like, oh yeah, let's go get him. My question is, why the fuck did the predator not move out the way? He could have just like hung on the tree that we was up against. He could have just hung off that or just move out the way. Like he's seen two people from either side and just rush at each other. I'd still move out the way in case someone gets sliced. Even if I thought they couldn't see me, I'd be like, yo, I better move. I don't want to become, minced meat and all. That was probably my favorite part of the movie. I really like the fighting style. I also thought it'd be so sick to see samurai go up against a predator. We seen a fucking ninja, but that was close enough, and that was really good. And I thought the predator was really sick in that one. He was like vicious. He was savage. He didn't really give a fuck, to be honest. He's also pretty smart in this one. The other one, the final era in this movie, the one with the Japanese pilot, I probably cared about the least, to be honest. I don't know. I just preferred more like hand-to-hand kind of combat and shit. I really liked the fight choreography in the Viking era and the feudal Japan era more than I like the air fighting in the pilot era. To be honest, the one with the pilot is probably the most forgettable to me, because I don't know, I thought it was good, but I just preferred the Viking era and the feudal Japan more. I like the design of the Predator in the era with the Japanese pilot. I think it was in the 1930s. Let me check actually. Alright, he's a World War II pilot. Okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, that one's probably the most forgettable. I like the design of the Predator in that one. I like the little fucking thing he had in his eye. The way he's like in his plane. He reminded me of Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The problem, like in that era, they were like fighting. They're like starting to fight. They're like shooting at each other and all. But then it just kind of got to a point where they're just flying with each other. And I'm like, you're right. The Predator's like, right, this guy is so good at flying. I'm just going to go fly with him, We're going to go on a nice romantic evening later on, have a bit of wine, have a steak, Right now we're just going on a flight. It's like driving and racing some guy on the road, but they're racing each other. And I'm like, are you guys having a race, or are you guys going to kill each other? What's going on? There was a part in that one as well, which really made me like, is that how they're going to end it? Come on. Because the Predator ship ended up going underwater. I can't remember how he done it. I think I remember one of the scenes actually. He threw a bomb. He the ship also has a big massive grappling hook. He done it on the guy with the plane, and it had a bomb on it. But then when the Predator retracted the hook, the bomb was left on it. It's like the pilot knew, and he left it on the grappling gun, and he came back to the Predator and kind of bombed his ship a little bit, and like his ship then sunk underwater, and then the movie started zooming out like it's gonna end credits or something. Like, damn, they're really just gonna slap us in the face with that one, aren't they? But then you could see the ship slowly rising up out of the water, like something from Jaws or some shit, like the Jaws shark rising out of the water, ready to eat your left leg or something. So then I was like, okay, you kind of got me there. I liked how it actually ended though. Like, it ended in a big, massive explosion basically with the ship, and yeah, the Predator lost. This was really a movie I thought the Predator would win in, but there's another part as well. Those humans, the Valkyrie, the Ninja, and the World War II pilot, turns out they all got captured. They all got put on this on prison on Yautja Prime, which I thought was pretty sick in the film. We get to see glimpse of Yautja Prime. In the other Predator movies, we'd only see like fucking predators going to Earth or some shit. It's like they're immigrants and we don't get to see their country or something. And I thought it was pretty sick. We had to see what a bit of Yautja Prime looks like. Those three people, they're in a prison cell and they get brought out to a stadium basically. It's like a coliseum. Just imagine a gladiator coliseum, and you could see like a bunch of red eyes and shit, and those are all other predators watching them and all, and they're like gonna go fight because they all managed to beat a predator. So basically there's a predator king there that's gonna try and find out which one of these three are the strongest, and then the strongest are gonna fight him. And the predator king, he's a big guy, he's a big massive motherfucker. He's like fucking Shaq and The Rock in one. Some cool shit ends up happening in this part. They have these things, they have like these collars on their head that kind of look like the collars in a Deadpool where it nullifies their power, but instead the collars basically, you just have to press the button and the collars start beeping and explode your head. And these predators, I think, are bad bloods or some shit, I'm not sure, because they bring out a prisoner predator and they have this collar around his neck and they just explode it, just to show him, just to prove it, like, yeah, here you go, that's the demonstration. That's what it does. It will make your brains splatter everywhere. So then these three people are fighting, and it gets to a point where the pilot, this is another thing that made no sense for me. Actually, I get to what I was going to say later on. There's something else I want to say. I get to a point where the Predator is like, okay, let's make this interesting. And he releases a big ass, massive monster. I'm like thinking, this is so sick. This is like some Star Wars shit. The creature in it does look like something else Star Wars. And they have to fight the big monster thing. Something else happens, which I don't really understand, is the pilot guy, he like, well, the Valkyrie and Ninja are after like all three of them are fighting, it gets to a point where the Valkyrie's like, where they're like, alright, we have to work together, this guy wants us to kill each other. So then it's time for them three to fight the big predator, and the pilot guy, he gets like thrown away or some shit. I don't know. I remember they're like coming at him on this vehicle, and the predator just kind of throws a sphere at it, and it just kind of lopsides, it just fucks off, it just explodes. And the pilot guy, I thought he was dead this whole time. So the Valkyrie and the Ninja are fighting the big predator. Well, the pilot guy, he's like hacking into a predator ship. I'm just like wondering, how's he like? He hacks into the predator ship. The Valkyrie Ninja, they get a few licks on the predator, they stab him and all, but the predator still ends up beating him because he's a big ass motherfucker. And the World War II pilot, he manages to hack the predator ship, and he actually manages to fly. I'm like, how the fuck did he manage to fly that shit? Did he, what's it called? Was he a clone on Earth the whole time, and the real him was just on Yautja Prime, just growing up with the predators, learning how to fly like a predator ship? Like, I know you're a World War II pilot. I know you know your way around flies. Around planes. Like, I know, how to do this. You have to go up and down, left, right on a plane. But that's a plane, and that's a predator ship. I'd like to think that predator ship and a plane are two completely different fucking aircrafts, and you have different ways of trying to control them. So it's still kind of beyond me, and really makes no sense. I thought that was probably one of the biggest plot holes in the movie. How your man was able to fly a predator ship. Would not be hard or some shit? Would not be like him trying to figure out how to solve a Rubik's Cube with his eyes blindfolded and he doesn't have the sense of touch? Like, I thought it would have been like that. It would have been hard as shit. It should, like, realistically, he should not have been able to do it. The Predator would have found out and they would have been like, heads wouldn't explode. But no, he somehow managed to fly the plane. So he's there flying the plane. They're about to leave. Then the Predators shoot a big, massive grappling hook, and the Valkyrie goes down and basically sacrifices her life. She dies. And then the movie ends in the sickest way ever. They fly away. the pilot and ninja, and the Predators don't really seem to give a shit. But then the Predator King says in his language, "Let's go hunting," and he just sends a bunch of ships with Predators after that one ship. I'm like, they're fucked. They are dead. No, he's sending a whole army after one ship. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about the film because I really liked it. I really liked the animation style. I liked the choreography. I just didn't like some of the plot holes in it, like the whole cliche with the bad guy being able to kill all the good guys, but then when it comes to the main good guy, he loses somehow. I don't know. The main good guy just said fuck you, and then the bad guy's skills just all vanished. But yeah, I thought it was a really good movie. I'd rate it probably like an 8 out of 10. Thought the Predators were sick, but yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video. Please do leave a like, subscribe, I appreciate that, and I'll see you next one. See you later, have a good one. Goodbye. The way when they come, I quit the whole crew, it is shine. I just did a weekend jail and I caught me.